Hello, folks. Again, welcome to YGP Station. It's your host, ICD, and this video right here is about the governor of Texas and his last two bills. One necessarily bill that he passed that banned abortion. I necessarily don't agree with, telling women to do with their bodies, but I do feel if he is going to do that, if we are going to do that in the state of Texas, or anywhere else in the country for that matter, that there should be an exception. There should be an exception to rape. You see what I'm saying? Because, I mean, if you're going if you're gonna ban something, at least make it where if something is done illegally or negatively, where they shouldn't have to suffer that consequence. You understand? I mean, you feel me on that? Make it where if somebody's gonna do something that they should not be doing, okay, then there's a consequence to that. Not just, you know, crime, you know what I mean? Not just going and killing that person because they raped your sister or your mother or your wife or whatever. I'm not saying that. Or your aunt or your cousin or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that just them going to jail either. But make it where after that's done, even after he goes to jail, or even after the family decides to retaliate in a physical, aggressive manner, that she doesn't have to live with that consequence. She doesn't have to live with a child that she was, raped into having. That's not okay at all. I don't agree with that. Now, on a second token, though, what I do agree with the governor of Texas a lot about is he banned the mandatory vaccine mandate. This is a big deal because there's a governor in New York who was like going vaccine crazy right now, trying to make everybody get the vaccine. I'm talking about he don't care what you look like. He don't care if you're a woman or trans. Oh man, you gotta get it. There are basketball players like Kyrie Irving who are standing up and hasn't been able to play any home games because of this mandate going on in his state, and he's not getting it, folks. And I commend him for standing up for himself. You know, I'm surprised LeBron and Kevin Durant took it, but that's the route they chose. But I commend Kyrie Irving for standing up for himself and for the people by exercising his right not to get vaccinated. The same as Colin Kaepernick taking a knee for all of the innocent blacks that were murdered at the hands of white officers or any ethnicity officer for that matter. Because it just ain't right. I'm not going to agree with that. I'm black. I'm a man as well. And a lot of them were black men. And rest in peace to Breonna Taylor as well. And forgive me, I can't remember the young girl down in Texas who lost her life as well out there by A&M, Prairie View A&M. God bless their souls. I believe her name was Sandra Bland. God bless their souls, because that's not right. We don't agree with police brutality. And for him to stand up for the people, on another token, like I was saying, for him to stand up for the people in Texas, for him to stand up and say, you know what, this is wrong, and we're not going to do this, and we don't stand for this, it means a lot to me. It should mean a lot to everyone. Now I understand he passed a bill that that goes against women's rights and dang near takes away women's rights to their bodies. I do understand, and I feel for you on that, sister. I really do feel for you. Don't think I don't feel for you on that. But if the governor of the state of Texas opposition, his politician, does not agree with what is going on, if he feels like the Democrat, let's just say the Democratic Party, if they're pro vaccines and they're also pro abortion, I'm voting for governor, the Republican governor that's in office right now, because I'm not willing to get vaccinated just to save women's rights. You understand? And that doesn't mean that I don't care. You just heard what I said. I do care about my sisters. I do care about the women out there. in the great state of Texas. But on that same token, this vaccine to me is the mark of the beast. I do not want it. I just do not want it. The same way that these young ladies and these older women feel like you can't tell them what to do with their bodies, the American people feel like you can't tell them what to put in their body. You see what I'm saying? You understand? So when you look at it from that perspective, it's two tokens here. Yeah, I want to fight for women's rights, but I want to fight for the people's rights too. And some of us out here have children who are going to grow up in this world. There are only so many rights you can give away. First, it was we on lockdown. Okay, just stay in the house. First, that's all it was. Stay in the house. Quarantine. Okay, fine, cool. Next is, okay, you can come out. No more than, a certain number of people, maybe 6 or maybe 8 people, or maybe less than that in a group or whatever. Social distancing or whatever. Now it's just take this little shot. How many of you, this little shot, it's a big shot to me. How many of your rights are you going to give up, folks? How much are you going to allow them to push and take? They just, it's a little bit more, and it's a little bit more, and it's a little bit more. Now they're actually, first they were knocking on the door. First they were saying, just do this. Then they were knocking on the door, just wear the mask. So now they got it on your face. And now they want to put it in your skin. It's just a control thing, folks, and sooner or later, you're going to have to stand up for yourselves. If you choose not to, they'll run all over you. Somebody got to stand up for the people. Don't let me be by myself. Don't leave me lonely out here by myself. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your family and say no. Enough is enough. Unless you agree with the vaccination. But before you do that, I ask that you look up the chemicals that are actually in the vaccine for yourself and see what you're putting in your body. Because I did a little research, and I have it in another video, and it's not good. Everything in that vaccine, bad, player. Everything in that vaccine, is very toxic to the human body. So before you decide, I want to do what the government tells me, I want to get vaccinated, don't just trust the media, who is owned by a small percentage of this country, like 6 major corporations. Believe an independent media outlet like this one, who is going to bring you that gutter, that real, that truth, who is probably your next door neighbor right down here with you and make as about as much money as you do, or less. I'm going to give you the truth, folks. And this is the sad but honest truth. Don't take that vaccine. Maybe the last shot you ever take. This is YNGP Station. I ask you to subscribe for more content. YNGP out.